Good afternoon. Today is December 22nd, 2012. This is Saturday. I am speaking with Mr. Nanjee Raina. This interview is being conducted in New Delhi. Mr. Raina, can you tell us about your base or home?
About my days in...
No, not days. Desh or home. What's
I
your home?
belong to J&K state.
What does J&K
mean? That is the Jammu Kashmir province.
Jammu and Kashmir province of India.
No, you know that J&K is a state.
State.
But I belong to Kashmir province.
Kashmir province. Okay.
And that means that I was dwelling in Srinagar.
Srinagar?
Srinagar is the capital of Kashmir.
Okay. Now, any particular neighborhood you lived in?
I lived at Rajbagh.
Rajbagh. Is it a center or in the suburb or anything like that?
No, it is not a suburb.
Hello.
It is not a suburb. It is a district. It is one of the very posh area of Srinagar district.
Okay. So how long have you lived there?
I have lived.
How many generations? Or?
Oh yes. I have been there for the more than, for the more than 50 years. 40 years. 40 years.
But before that, did your parents live there? Parents lived there?
You know that my parents were looking into another part. Then we shifted to this Rajbagh. So we were putting up earlier at Raghunath Mandir. That is in the third bridge. Because you know the valley is constructed on 7 bridges.
Okay.
On river Jhelum.
Jhelum.
It is a constructed valley. Is situated on the 2 banks of the river Jhelum.
Okay.
And it has been constructed on 7 bridges.
7.
So we were putting it in third bridge.
Third bridge. Okay.
Third bridge.
So, but before that, where did they live?
We were there only that up to, I think I have spent in that area more than 20 years.
Okay, but how many generations they lived in let's say Kashmir? How many generations your family had lived?
That was only the second of generation.
Okay, and before that?
So, that was only the second. That I know.
No. But before that, did they live there? Or
in that original house.
Okay.
In that original house.
Oh, okay.
The 2 generations were putting up in that.
And what about before that? Do you know where they lived?
Before that, was that only that the same place?
Okay. Now tell me about the house that you grew up in. How was the house? Like a small house?
It was of course,
wooden house?
Our family was a big family.
Okay.
My brother had 3 more brothers.
Okay.
So naturally they had to be accommodated.
That means your uncle, you mean father had 3
my uncles, yes.
Yeah.
So naturally everybody had his own family.
Okay.
So everybody was accommodated.
Okay.
Naturally we had 2 houses there.
Okay, 2 homes.
So 2 houses in which all the 3 brothers were accommodated.
Okay.
So that my father, after spending more than, he must have spent more than 40 years, then he shifted to this Rajbagh.
Okay, Rajbagh. And did you go to school there?
Yes, I used to go from that school. My school was a mission school.
Where was it?
It was in the Fateh Kadal, that third bridge.
Okay, the third bridge. And did you go up to high school there?
Yes, up to high school.
And after high school?
I went to the college.
Okay, and where?
That is ISPaD College.
What is that? ISPaD
that is Sri Pratap College.
Sri Pratap
College.
Okay. Also in Jammu, Kashmir.
In Srinagar, we used to have only 2 colleges, ISPaD College and Amar Singh College.
Okay.
Both were in the same Srinagar district.
Acha. So what was your parents' name and what were they doing?
My father's name was Pandit Vishnath Raina.
Okay.
He was a general storekeeper in woolen mills, government woolen mills.
Okay. Where was it?
It was in, of course, it was just in Karan Nagar. That area is known as Karan Nagar.
But it's within the
municipality area.
And mother's name?
Mother's name was Arundhati Raina.
Okay, Arundhati Raina. Very nice. Now, tell me, so who is still there Who lives there?
At the moment, nobody is there.
Why?
Because you know that it was unfortunate on 19th of January, 19th of January 1990, all of a sudden, it was a, you know, that we just say, it was a darkest, darkest night in the history of Kashmiri Pandits that we were asked to leave the Kashmir.
Who asked you to leave?
The
why?
majority community asked us to leave the place.
Did you, how was the message sent to you?
Message was sent by these loudspeakers.
Loudspeakers?
Loudspeakers.
What about your neighbors and political leaders?
You know, at that time we could not say that who was this, but these were basically fundamentalists, Islamic fundamentalists.
Yeah.
You see. And you know that there's a one point that you see that all this thing when happened, I resisted. I resisted, no, I will not leave. Because you see, I had the business of a pharmaceutical business. So the director, Dr. Drabu told me, Nanjee, everybody has been asked to leave, but you...
What about Drabu? Was he Hindu or Muslim?
He was a Mohammedan.
Muslim?
Dr. Drabu was the M.Y. Drabu. He told me, you cannot leave because you see, you have got a certain life-saving drugs. If you will also leave, that this medical business will become collapse. I said, no sir, I will not leave. If I will leave, where will I go? So I am serving.
Were you single or married then?
At that, I was married.
Okay.
I was married in 1970.
Okay.
So then I was just, my own office was at Huzuri Bagh.
Okay.
The same, in the municipality area. So I did leave. But you see, during that night, you see, when this thing happened, so everybody got frightened. Before that, what had happened, they had chosen certain intelligent doctors and lawyers, and they had pick and choose and had killed them. So when this 19th January came, and it was informed on by loudspeakers that you Hindus, you leave, but keep your wives over here.
Really?
So that was one of the implied.
But implied, but nobody said that in the loudspeaker. Did they mention this kind of thing in the loudspeaker?
Not in the, but that was a verbally. In loudspeaker, it was Allah Akbar. Kafir, yahan se chale jao.
Say it again.
Allahu Akbar. Kafir, yahan se chale jao.
Kafir means kafir.
Kafir means the Hindu who doesn't believe in Islam is a kafir.
Kafir in English, I think is from there. Now, so what about the political leaders, civic leaders, Muslim?
Civic leaders, you said that everybody was, but at that time on the helm of the affairs was Farooq Abdullah. He was the chief minister at that time because he had framed the one party that is JKLF, Jammu Kashmir Liberation Front, that came. But afterwards...
But he was not in that party, was he?
He was, he is the basic founder of the JKLF.
Okay, all right. Then?
You know, then it was then another party that is the Islamic fundamentalists.
Okay.
They joined there. Then Hizbul Mujahideen, they also came like that.
Yeah.
So likewise, then the number of parties followed.
Yeah. But there was nobody, police or anybody didn't try to protect you?
Nobody, no.
What about Hindu leaders? Were there any Hindu leaders who...
The leaders is in case of protecting, you know, their method of cleansing, the ethnic cleansing was pick and choose.
Okay, so what
they didn't come and loot, but that was all in the loudspeakers. That was the threat they were playing.
So what happened to you? What did you do? You said you were not going to leave.
Yes, but
so your family was still with you?
Because my children were very small, so many people came to me what to do. I think it is better for you because you have got small children. Isn't it better for you that you leave for Jammu to protect your families? They said, why don't you do? I can't because I have been asked not to leave.
Okay.
So naturally I can. But I used to give them, you know, that transport facilities. Some of them I used to carry them to the airport. Some of them I used to carry this lorries and all that thing. Used to them go to Jammu and all that thing. But for myself, I said that many of the Mohammedans who were in the pose of the militants, they came and told me that, why are you doing this thing? Do you want to all massacre them? If you have got to, go and kill them. They said that it is the only thing that is why you know that nobody can touch you. I mean, why? Am I Jihad or what is it? You come and kill me if you want. Nobody is going to touch you. Anyway, then allow me to do. But you see, they think that as per that they are there, I will help them.
But then if they are saying they are not going to touch you, so why did you leave?
No, I didn't leave.
So what happened then?
You see, what made me to leave the place, it made me to leave the one place. You will be surprised to know that my brother-in-law, he was a joint director of sericulture. My office used to be in this in the municipality area, that is in Huzuri Bagh. This sericulture department was also in the Huzuri Bagh. He told me that why don't you come also put up with me, because I had also sent my children to Jammu.
Achha. They were already there.
They were in the Jammu, so I was alone.
Who were with them? That means who with whom they were staying?
They were staying with their mama.
Mama.
Okay. Maternal uncle. They were staying.
So then you moved to your brother's home.
Brother's home. Brother's home. Brother's office. Okay. They had their office. Office come. You know that official residence. Official residence, you can say. So he was there. I was looking after him. He was looking after me. There were people who came to me telling that your brother, we suspect something from me. He's a pro-Indian. Then what? We don't want any pro-Indian to be over here. So you tell him to be careful. So I conveyed the same message to my brother-in-law, my Sala. So he told me that you see that nobody is going to touch me because it is I who have made this sericulture department. All Mohammedans have been employed me, so nobody is going to touch. My thing was to warn you, so you should be careful. He told me that I am careful, but I am looking after you. If something will happen to you, my sister will kill me. So you don't worry. Whatever will be the fate, it will come to me.
Okay.
Since I have been asked by the government to stay, I am staying over here. But one day, I had been to hospital, SMHS hospital, which is been to look after what is there any order and all that thing.
What is that hospital again?
SMHS.
What does it mean?
Sri Maharaj Hari Singh Hospital.
Okay.
That was the Karan Singh's father's name.
Okay.
So when I am coming back, I saw many people at my office. I don't know what has happened. So when I went upstairs, they were like, what is there? What is it? Hey, where were you? Your brother-in-law is very suffering very acutely. What is there? He has got that stomach pain. Don't tell me Dr. Daljit Singh. Dr. Daljit Singh has been killed. My brother-in-law has been killed. They say that no, he has not been killed. You just see he is asking for it. Okay, let me go. But I knew that so when I saw the dead body was there, and then he was killed in the office. In this same.
Did you catch anybody?
He was conducting the meeting because the director had to come from Jammu.
Achha.
Director had to come to Jammu, so he was asking all the officials to be ready and all keep your records ready. He's inspecting the things. But one of the Milton came in his office, and then we inquired who's the Milton. That was the bit karate. That Milton was known as a bit karate. Who, in the TV, he admitted that I have killed more than 35 Kashmiri Pandits. Then he was behind the bars.
Kashmiri Hindus.
Kashmiri Hindus.
Okay.
He admitted that I have killed more than 35.
And he was a Muslim.
He was a Muslim.
Okay.
He bit karate. He was
bit
known
karate.
Bit karate.
Okay.
He was known as bit karate. So when why
didn't they arrest him? If he's telling it.
Nobody would have the guts to arrest any militant. No police. It was completely out of gear. The administration was completely out of gear.
What about the federal government?
Central government was also keeping, and they were very busy. You are talking of the central government. Central government was informed before this militancy that such thing is going, infiltration is doing. They kept it completely hid because there was one person who was belonging to the CID department. Mr. Cole, what is happening? What should I say? I have written to the central government many times that infiltration is taking place. Why don't you look? They kept it completely.
So what happened to?
After that thing, then I was going to take the dead body to Jammu. I had my own vehicle, so I told them. But then the Director General, he was at that time, Mr. Marwa. He called me,
Marwa?
Mr. Marwa.
Is a Hindu or Muslim?
He is Hindu.
Okay, Kashmiri Hindu.
No. He was from, he's a known figure, Marwa, from Delhi.
Delhi, yes.
So he told me that you cannot take the dead body out there. Why? What is that? We fear then there may be Hindu Muslim that Right. Manika sir, all the other officers were there. They mean, what is happening over there? Don't you feel it is a criminal? What are you telling me, Mr. Marwa? What are you? It's not a criminal. They are picking, choosing, killing all the officers.
They were not killing Muslims? Were they killing Muslims also?
Yes. Pick and choose. So who are opposing them? Who are opposing them to this movement?
Okay, but so one can say they were not communal because they were killing Hindus and Muslims?
No, not in that. You see, communal in the sense. Why I put this word communal, because you see, if our majority in that community was just you say 9%, but ours was 5%. Theirs was the 95%.
Okay.
So if they would kill one Hindu, that means equivalent to 100 or 200% of a Mohammedan.
95.
That is the thing. So big. So that is why I say that is, and that is why then you see, when the America is, don't you feel it is a criminal over here that picking and choosing? We cannot discuss him, but it is the government who is telling you that. That is, but be rest assured that we will give the full protection for its funeral.
So, what happened? Did his family get any compensation from the state
That's
government?
what I'm going to tell you. Maneka, you see, look here, Mr. Marwa, okay, but what I am to him, I am just like him, brother-in-law, pastor brother. But tomorrow his parents, his family will tell me, how did you dare to do the funeral without us? So then what do you want? Maneka, I want that his family may be brought over here. So don't worry, that we will bring. So in the night they brought whole this family over there, and next day we cremated with everything. Otherwise, before that, what used to happen, if they would kill any Kashmiri Hindus, nobody was supposed to take the body up. It was only the police who used to come and give the funeral to them. But in this very case, Maneka, you need not worry, I did the funeral.
So what about did state or anybody, you said they didn't catch the murderer, but did they give compensation to his family?
It is a compensation that is after many years. Yes, they were giving a 1 lakh rupees for the company.
1 lakh, 100,000. So it's not a whole lot, but whatever. Now, then tell me what.
Then you know that when this thing happened, then I went along with the family next day, and in my own vehicle, and left their family in Jammu.
Okay.
After 10 days, because we have got already those rights of 10 days, so we did it, then I came back. I was just coming back, and it was only 1 or 2 days had left when there was a fire in my shop.
Your shop?
Shop. So when this thing happened, all my these medicines were burnt and all that thing. Then my daughter, who was at Jammu, then she telephoned me, Papa, our house was also burnt at Rajbagh.
Oh.
Papa, your house has been burnt, Mamaji has been killed, shop has been gutted, has been burnt. If something will happen with you, we will be with a begging bowl on the roadside. I said, okay, bete, what I have to do now? Can you please come back? We want you. I said, okay.
So how did you leave?
I left in my own vehicle with nothing in other thing, only my vehicle and with one briefcase. That's all.
Did you visit your home after you heard it was set on fire? Did you visit your home?
Yes.
Have you visited since then?
But not afterwards.
And what about the shop?
The shop was completely gutted.
So what happened? Did you get any compensation?
No,
from anybody?
nothing.
So what happened to your shop and to your house then?
You see, shop was completely gutted, and then the government has dismantled and that thing. till date they have not compensated anything for
What
that.
about the house?
Our house was also gutted, but you know that it was not completely gutted. It was the third floor was gutted, and we didn't get anything out of it.
What about, is it still somebody living there? You still own it?
Afterwards, you know that when this thing happened, so we didn't, because we had to live. We had to live. What to do?
Yeah.
We had to live. So we were under compulsion. That's called a distress sale. So we had to sell it under distress sale.
Oh, you sold it?
Yes.
So to
So if it was a 1 crore property, we sold it just for 10-15 lakhs.
Okay. So
Because we had to survive.
Yeah. To a Muslim family? To a Muslim family?
Yes, to a Muslim family.
Did you know them before?
Yes. No. We didn't know.
What about other neighbors? Are there anybody living in?
No Mohammedan.
No.
I mean, no Hindu was living there.
Okay.
They had all left.
Okay. So after that, what did you move to? Did you move
I moved directly to Delhi.
Delhi, not to Jammu?
Not to
Why in Delhi?
Delhi, because my relations were there.
Okay. So you stayed with them?
I did stay with them.
And did anybody help you? Did government of Jammu and Kashmir
JK government
or Indian government give you any compensation?
No,
living
nobody
expense?
nobody gave me the compensation. Yes, my brother gave me the shelter and all that.
Yes. Have you ever heard of anybody who was able to force themselves to stay back? Do you know anybody in your neighborhood, any Hindu minority who have stayed back?
You see, one thing I will tell you, that there is nobody up to the late 90, nobody was in a position to tell any Hindu person who was very close to him to stay back. No, he was not. But it's after 90, it started then slowly coming down and coming down. Then the Hindus, they had to survive. They had to. So those persons who were in the business, they had to come back.
Some of them went back.
Yes.
Is it life? Have you heard from them? Is it relatively tolerant now? They still or do they still?
But at the moment, in 2012, yes, they are doing well.
Okay. Now, so how did you survive in Delhi?
In Delhi, then I started my own pharmaceutical business, which I used to run in Srinagar.
Okay. So you still own it now?
Yes, I am settled.
Sure. Okay. But have you, after your departure, have you ever visited back your home in Srinagar?
I had, after 3 years, I tried to go back to my own because there was another property which I used to have at Lal Nagar, that is called a Chanapora.
Okay.
Of course, it also comes in the municipal
within
municipal limits.
Yeah.
But because somebody had told me that this house has been occupied by militants.
Okay.
But when I saw that, but I didn't. It was not occupied by militants. Yes, it was being told that some person has already purchased it. When I inquired it, and then I was told yes, it has been purchased, which was wrong. Then somebody approached me that I would like to take it. Okay, you take it.
So somebody has already moved in?
Yes, somebody.
Okay. A Muslim family?
Mohammedan family.
Did you know them?
No, I didn't know them.
Okay. Do you know, now this is broader question, not question about Kashmir. Partition of India, division between India and Pakistan, do you think it has an effect on Kashmir?
Definitely. You know that when there is they say, especially when the Bangladesh was framed, when there was a partition in Bangladesh, it definitely affected the Kashmiri Muslims, especially the Pakistan. Pakistan tried to do that, the same thing should happen, that Kashmir will take away from India. So it is from there that this thing had started,
So you think it was the Pakistan who was
definitely.
But unless there was support from the local communities, do you think Pakistan could have done Is anything?
Definitely this time there was a support from the local people.
Right.
Earlier it did never be, because at earlier 2 times the Pakistan was aggressive.
Okay.
But that time there was no support.
Yeah. Now let me ask you, we're almost coming to the end. Do you think anybody benefited because of partition of India into Pakistan and India? Did anybody benefit because of division of India?
You know that it generally is benefit in the sense that I don't think that any community should have been benefited by this thing. I don't, you see, in a large way we can just say that, you see, by division a Hindu can be benefited, or by division we can say Mohammedan has been benefited. I don't agree with that.
Okay, all right. Do you know if your children wants to go back to the valley, Kashmir Valley, to live?
Definitely, it is my it is my own place.
Do they feel like going back?
There are people.
No, but about your family.
My family would definitely like to, because we have lived there.
Do you think Hindus and Muslims live together?
I will tell you one thing there. You see, about Kashmir is a strange incident that these, that the Mohammedans which are there, they are all converted Hindu, Muslim.
Okay.
So they have got that, the surnames, that blood is there. But the younger generation may not be. But the elder generation,
but
they
the
are all
younger generation also, then they're children of the same people.
But definitely, you see that they used to live together. They used to live. There used to be that bhaichara, what we call it, that there used to be. But now, because of the fundamentalistic and all that ideas, so there has been a deviation now.
Okay. All right. I'm almost to the end. Is there anything you like to add that I didn't ask? Is there anything else you like to add?
No, it is not. You see that it was unfortunate. It was unfortunate. It is not the first time that the Kashmiri Hindus had this exodus. This is the 3rd time we had this exodus. Earlier 2 times we had also the exodus, and this is the 3rd time we had. But we never expected this will be such a long.
What are the other 2 times?
That is in 1950 we had one this thing. Then in 1960 we had another thing, in which those were taken. But this was the long. I was not expecting. I was expecting that I will leave for 1 month or 2 months. The 3rd month I will go. Now I am here in India. I can just say in Delhi. I am a refugee in my own country.
Okay.
Since last 22 years.
Yes.
This is the plight of it.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.